So, first of all, what do you think of the changes in esports? The changes between from 756 to 768.
That was a success. We did this change in order to get closer to the main World of Tank actual gameplay. And we ran tests in the regions. And in the end we said, okay, it's a good idea. We implemented it. Then we saw that the viewership increased by 50% in the regions. We said, okay, the players are reacting well as well. So I think it was a good idea. But it's not enough. Because first we want to always improve our gaming experience, the sports experience. And I think that we just showed that going in the direction of being closer to the main game plans is the right thing to do. So we will explore more things like that. It's very possible that next year maybe we get 15 versus 15 in sports, for instance. Yes, maybe it's a very good opportunity for our gaming to create its own esports.
Yeah.
Something really big, something really epic. A true war game, so it's a players fighting competitively. I think there are very interesting challenges to overcome on this topic, but I think it's as well pretty exciting.
This connects to my next question about small popularity of esports among top Clan Wars clans. It seems like they have enough gold from Clan Wars, but they are not really interested in esports, and that has some difficulties in making competitors to the top esports teams that are here nowadays.
Esport is it's just a part of something bigger that is called competitive gaming. And inside competitive gaming, something that we freshly created in Wywiad, we have the Clan Wars. And all the meta games activities. Once you finish farming your decks, that you want to do something with your deck, that's a competitive game. The idea is to take the player by the hand and to propose him whatever, many activities. And we don't want him to be forced or to do all of them because there are things to gain that he has to gain, or we'd like him to pick whatever he wants to do and have fun with this the way he wants, the way he likes. Now, that said, think about what I just said before. If we're moving 15 versus 15, I'm pretty confident that our main source of teams will come from the clans. Because they have the manpower and lots of people in the clans. And I think they would be the one maybe filling up the league. And the second thing I want to say is we have a lot of shared population with the clan wars on our tournaments. You know, the grassroots activities that we are doing in Europe weekly to entertain everybody, but the clan players are pretty much enjoying them.
And what do you think about? We had some complaints from our viewers that such a big event in Poland is hosted in English. Do you think it's all right, or is there anything to change here?
It's very difficult to multiply. Each time you want to add one language, it multiplies the production. As simple as that. So we have Russian, we have English. It's already a production double. It's already a lot of work and energy, budget, the talents. So it's very difficult to add more and more languages. If we do it in Polish, why not in French, in German, in Czech? So we love the Polish players fully. They represent a quarter of the European esports players. They are really good for us. They are huge fans, passionate people. They are running a lot of cool events in Poland. I think it's already sending a very strong message in the right direction. But having the grand finals fully hosted in more than 2 languages is something that's really difficult to organize. I'm not saying no, I'm saying it's a challenge. We have all the on-stage activities. We have a cool community guides that are Polish speakers that are coming to entertain the crowd, etc. So it's not completely non-professional.
Yes, of course. Just mention about our people's complaints. And how do you think about World of Warships? Does it have a possibility to be just as competitive in esports as World of Tanks?
Definitely. Today, we're gonna have a show match just right before the finals. So be sure to watch it because it's going to be not only exciting, but as well an opportunity to evaluate the impact of the game from the esports point of view, to the audience, to the pro players, to get feedback, and for us, we gather all this information from the community. So, and say, okay, what did you like? What did you enjoy? Did you like this moment when the tornado was slowly going in the direction of the ship? And it's a suspense that you will not find in any other game. And we'll see after that if there are adjustments to be made, but I'm confident that watching will find its space to esports. Yes.
Why did you introduce the new esports format at 1 to 10? Some people still play team battles that are played in 8s, and they're just curious why they play Bronze and Silver League on 8s, and then if they enter into the Golden League, they're forced to play 10s all of a sudden.
It's not completely exact. What the situation is in Europe is that you have the ladder in game that is in tier 8, and that you can, at the end of it, you can gain access to silver through tournament. And you have still the bronze and silver series that are in tier 8. So the whole Wargaming League makes sense, it's all in tier 8. But we didn't want to alienate the players that didn't have the tier 9 or tier 10 necessary to jump in the league immediately. We gave them something like 6 months to farm the extra step, to get 1, 2 tier 10 to be competitive. So that's why we kept the team battle as tier 8. But ultimately, we want everybody to be in tier 10, because that's where all the big tanks are.
That's the end game.
That's the end game, that's where the cool is, right?
Yeah. What do you think about not allowing various players to take part in EU tournaments? How did it change the EU esports scene?
Which players?
Some of our EU players were allowed to play on the EU tournaments on our server, just the online ones, and just dominated it. And for some time, I know they are not allowed to do so.
Okay.
How did it
it's a question that is frequently asked by the community, the European community, that they would like to get a chance to shine, to win the tournament, and they feel that the players from Russia, that are actually frequently very good, are taking over the tournament. So we understood that. For the small tournaments, it's very hard to put a war. But for the Wargaming League, I can tell you that we already made a decision, and it's implemented starting next season, right after the conference, that what you call Russians, it's Ukrainians, CS, okay, they will stay in CS. So this way, all the teams in the Wargaming League will have a chance to show that the European players have some skill as well. But for the tournament, it's something very difficult as well to implement. Well, what do we check? I check your ID for 20,000 people. It's something not easy to set up. But I believe as well that when you got an opponent that's really strong, you bring your A game and you either win, it's very more satisfying, or you lose and you learn something. So I think that playing against someone that's strong during the, let's call them the grassroots tournaments, I think it's not as bad as having the God League that feels more Russian than European.
Yeah.
So that's why we make these changes.
Do you think that team battles should be played on 10s just as well?
Yes, definitely. We want everything at the end to be part of the same design. The idea is to get closer to the main game client, because esports is all about showing the game World of Tank, okay, played by very skilled players, to everybody. When you watch it, you want two things. You want to have fun, so we're doing our best for the fun in this kind of big events, by having a spectacular spectator mode, etc. And the second thing is you want to learn. It's very interesting to watch a pro play the tank that you like, because you want to see how he plays it. You want to learn from that. So if there are too much of a disconnection between the esports format and the main World of Tank format, it loses its meaning. yeah, but they are 7 versus 7, they're playing on maps that we don't have, it's attack defense, it's not exactly my random button, you know?
Yeah.
So we have to get closer to this format, proper e-sports, and I believe that going tier 10 is one of the steps. So yes, we will have tier 10s everywhere.
Okay, so we can expect it to change anytime soon.
I will not dare give you a date because it's something that's always difficult to pick the right moment. But I don't want the next season to start on tier 8 for that in Europe.
Okay, that means a lot. Okay, I
We
think
will do our best.
that should be it for now. Thank you very much for spending some time for us.
Welcome. Thanks.